So we've shifted from Brabantio and trying to arrest Othello. We've shifted over.
I can't log into the computer because my phone isn't working. I don't have any Wi-Fi.
Right. So for now, Ben, why don't you just make some notes in your book and on paper, and then you can transfer them at home if you want to. The opening of this scene is quite. This is like the business end of stuff. We have to have this happen so that Othello goes over to Cyprus. There's a little bit of confusion. Do we have the threat of 107 ships, or 140, or do we have 200? There's a big jump from 107 to 200. Either way, what we're looking at is a huge threat. They all confirm a Turkish fleet and bearing up to Cyprus. I would be quite surprised if you got this section in the exam, because it's all just pretty business-like. Then a sailor comes in and says, actually, what I just heard is that they're heading to Rhodes. And my mum's going on holiday on Sunday. Anyone else been to Rhodes? And it's very lovely. Anyone been to Cyprus?
Is Rhodes in Greece?
Yes, Greek island. Yeah. Now, what does the senator say here? The senator is doubtful that they're heading to Rhodes and suggests it is a pageant to keep us in false gaze. So, Alexa, any thoughts on that?
Pageant could mean like the manipulating Othello and Rodrigo. Iago is.
Well, they're not in the scene just yet. What we're talking about here is a report that the ships are heading to Rhodes instead of Cyprus.
I'm not sure.
Oh, all right, I'll come back to you later.
Could it mean that like they're trying to try and make them change the situation so they go for another type of way with the army?
Yeah,
just trying to bugger it.
Yeah, it's a distraction, isn't it? And what we've got there again is that motif of sight, false gaze. But we're constantly aware that actually Cyprus is way more important to the Turk than Rhodes. And so they agree that that must be a trick. A messenger comes in. The Ottomites, reverent and gracious, steering with due course toward the Isle of Rhodes, have their enjointed with an after fleet. So I thought. And now, yep, they're definitely heading towards Cyprus. So a lot of lines just to tell us they're going to Cyprus. Okay. But now we get to the meaty bit of the scene. And here comes Brabantio and Othello. Right, so very simply, underneath Brabantio's name there, just write down for me, what does Brabantio want right now? Why is he there? Why is he there? No, just write it down. We're going to have a no hands up lesson. I'm just going to be asking people. Go on, Isla, what does Brabantio want?
He wants to sort out the marriage between Othello and Simona.
Yeah, he wants to, and when he says sort out the marriage, ideally what does he want? Prove it's illegitimate. And preferably arrest Othello and have him punished. Yeah. And let's look at how this is staged. Who does the Duke speak to first? Simon?
Othello.
Othello. His attention is given straight away to Othello. We must straight employ you against the general enemy, Ottoman. To Brabant. Oh, I did not see you. Ooh, awkward. Welcome, gentle signor. We lacked your counsel and your help tonight. I think there's definitely an implication there that they haven't wanted it. So did I yours, good your grace, pardon me. Neither my place nor aught I heard of business hath raised me from my bed, nor doth the general care take hold on me. But he does want to talk about his grief. It's of so floodgate and o'erbearing nature that it engluts and swallows other sorrows. And it is still itself. So he comes in with a very impassioned plea. Okay. Maggie, what might we want to say about the bits that I've highlighted there?
It's like a semantic field of like water. Sort of, and it's like it shows the scale of his sort of anguish about the situation.
Okay, so let's unpick what Maggie said there. First of all, we're going to write down like this scale of his, I think you used the word anguish, didn't you? It's a really nice word. Make sure you were spelling it right. It's a funny one, U-I-S-H. Sophie, can you see that all right? Yeah. Now, I'm not keen on semantic fields in literature. I think they can work really well for non-fiction. But if you have things in a field, you've normally got a lot of them. I prefer to talk about imagery and then about whether that imagery is becoming a motif, whether it's being repeated. So we've got a floodgate, correct. But then this grief is also, if we look at our notes, that means devouring and swallowing other sorrows and still remaining itself as grief. So we've got what we call gustatory imagery. That imagery of consuming, of eating things, of taking things in. And Audrey, what terminology do we use when something's really excessive? Into an H. Ellie, can you help her out? Hyperbole. On the tip of your tongue there, Audrey. And this is what leads the senator to assume that she must be dead. What else could cause this kind of violent, grief-stricken reaction? And we've got shared lines there, haven't we? It just breaks the iambic pentameter. I'm sure we all know about from school. We've got 11 syllables, something's a little bit out of kilter there. Brabantio's back to the same old tune. She's abused, stolen from me and corrupted by spells and medicines bought at mountebanks. A nature so preposterously to err, being not deficient, blind or lame of sense, sans witchcraft could not. Samantha, what's the only reason that Desdemona could be acting so unnaturally?
She's been like used witchcraft, like
Othello's used witchcraft on her, yeah. Because otherwise, she couldn't. She's not blind. She's not stupid. And we're back to that issue of blindness, that which she did fear to look upon. It is inconceivable to Brabantio. So a white woman is going to look at a black man and find him attractive. Which again speaks to the idea of women just wanting men sexually. And that's going to come up later as well. Particularly in a discussion at the start of 2-1. Right, everyone all right so far? Or do you want me to go over anything? Did you miss anything, Emily?
What was that rhythm thing?
So you went. Do we need to go over iambic pentameter?
I never did it.
Right. Okay. We won't do that now. Right. We'll keep going to the end of this, and then we'll come back to it. Right. But I mean, you can see visually that that's a shared line, can't you? And so often these are used when to either highlight that characters are on the same wavelength, thinking the same thing, or to draw attention actually that they're not, even though they're sharing the same line. The Duke instantly says, "Oh my God, right, whoever's done this, even if it was my own son, he's going to get the bloody book of law. Don't worry, Brabantio. Whoever has bewitched your daughter, we're going to get him." So Brabantio then goes, "Here he is. Here is the man, the Moor." Sophie, what does Brabantio not use there? He says, "Here's the man, the Moor." What doesn't he use? His name. Why not? Not sure. Cassie?
Maybe because that's the way that he, I don't know how to explain it, but like that's his defining trait.
Yeah, so it's that he just sees him as
Yeah,
the Moor. Yeah, we're not going to use his name. We're not going to make him a person, an individual. And they all go, "Oh God. Oh no." And so they turn to Othello. Right. So I'm going to stop that video so that they're not too long.